bi-monthly Megatron. May not actually be monthly. Was jamming Mega Jerks. Look at us. Look how far we've come. We're only like 5 monthly Megatrons deep, and we're already doing self-referential direct follow-up episodes. We're already there. That's right, baby. Today we're gonna make like a latter-day Hollywood retcon movie installment that's no, this is what really happened after the successful one. Because this is gonna be very much Siege Megatron Review Part 2, with heavy overtones of Megatron attack. Gotta love how the passage of time turns all my extremely unimaginative predictions into unintentional sequel hooks. Who knows? Maybe they'll do a splotchy purple and green one as well. It's almost like what they're doing, isn't that clever? Anyway, time to bask in the searing radioactive hum of a certain bot that has slightly made my dreams come true. This is Transformers Earthrise G2 Megatron. I mean, it's not called that, but come on, it is that. Good God, so how about this for a boiling hot gob full of 90s nightmares? Nightmares? This is it, baby. This has got to be the Voyager-class neon ne'er-do-well that finally fulfills my very profound and very personal need for a new version of the best Megatron ever that's not 1 inch tall and that's not ashamed of where it came from. I mean, check it out, he is just rancid! With like the toxic swamp camo noisily echoing the big lad's brazen toyetic tubularity. That is, it doesn't quite go to the extremely extreme. It's not gone for like the PS1 mono polygon titty precipice. There's no electro voice of doom or spring-loaded chokey missiles. Well, that's alright, innit? We don't really do that anymore. Do you even miss it, really? Yeah, same. But anyway, somewhere beneath the paint job, this is physically the Earthrise version of Megatron, which it has to be said is unflinchingly similar to the Siege one. We're like so deep in sequel territory here that I'd kind of actually suggest watching my Siege review first, if it's not too cheeky. I am very watchable. And I don't super feel like going over the minutiae of it again already. Suffice to say, it's a kind of tweaked and refined Earth mode remaster that's a little slicker in a lot of ways, but also possibly a little bit less intense. Kind of a lateral move. I neither prefer nor post-fer it. Like the head's a tiny bit taller and a touch more gormless or less gormful. Arms are very nearly exactly the same, except they've dropped those useless shoulder flaps. Fresh pair of clean purple underpants he borrowed off the Hulk. Midriff side vents, those are new. And the legs are actually a fully new shape. Like they seem to have filled in some of the shin gaps and worked out the ankle jankles. And there's kind of a subtly satisfying G1 gun handle groove on the go. I see you. And it really does take remarkably well to the G2 vibe. I mean, the green and purple is never not gonna work, that's a lock. But I love the little touches, like the orange kneecaps and those silver stompy shoes, which are actually bigger than before. The back of his legs are all covered in scratty black tank treads, I'm into it. And the head kinda matches, but not quite. Like the colours are bang on with the heavy purple monobrow, but the expression's a touch sleepier. It just doesn't quite have that same wide-eyed wild man stare. I get it. And I'm not sure if the chest maybe needed a logo, or a slogan, or a slogo. Not that I don't love that single purple penisy tendril, but it feels like it needs a gag. So yeah, like the mold's extremely solid, the looks are on point, but as the successor to such a notoriously reliable ruckus provider, it does kinda sting how not right the weapons are. I mean, look, this is a new take on the whole thing, and it's a very valid version, but he can't do the shoulder cannon. That's bullet point 1, surely. Bullet point. Ha! I mean, he can get pretty close, just bang it on the outside, it's not far off. But what he really needed was a spot on top of the backpack, like the Siege one had. Lads! The one thing he shouldn't have fixed. But I mean, it's not like it spoils it. I can't be mad about the bright purple fusion cannon. It's so good. It's giving me like weirdly action mastery energy. It's just 90s in it. But I can be mad, and am be mad about this other thing. Like this combination shield lance cannon glob. I don't know. I knew from the renders this was gonna suck, but I kind of hoped against hope that you could do something cool with it, or it'd look better in hand, but she do not. Like, what is it? It's the tank cannon, plus a portion of the turret, plus a random detachable panel, and also, like, a glaive for some reason? Like a halberd? But, like, you can't hold it like a halberd, and everywhere it does fit, it looks dumb. It didn't even need to have a blade, man. Like, the Siege one was good because it transformed into an actual full-on sword. You can't just bash a pointy bit on the bum end of a bazooka and be like, there you go, just as good, mate. No. But look, man, you don't have to give it to him. Do you not have an accessory tub? Basic surfaces? Because nothing can stop this robot mode being just an absolute Megatron attack for the soul. Just an undilutable sherbet-dipped sugar high for your latent 9-year-old mind. Disgusting! animation is entirely a rerun of the previous thing, scrappily updated with questionably necessary additions. Like, what's with this little leg bridge panel? It's fine, but do you need it? Do you need it? And the tank mode is the one, man. This is it. That's when it hits. I mean, who ain't up for a heart-swellingly heady 50-50 cocktail of functional earthy groundedness and delirious oversaturated extremity? Like, I feel like the G2 attitude, or Generation Dude, was kind of baked in from the start. Like, there's a couple of deeply sus details on the go that are clearly lifted wholesale, inspired by the big boss. Like these cheeky rounded hatches here and this big ass barrel bump. Although I'll admit those might just be from like a real tank. Come on, who has time for reality here? What are we doing? Oh, and check out that little orange speckle on the front there. That's not actually from G2, but it seems like the kind of thing he would have. Just like pepper in the orange, crank up the contrast, really make it pop. The chill is nil, but somehow it still doesn't overwhelm the Earth mode flavor with the tremendous full-length treads, Treadmendous, and the insanely clean and cohesive turret that kind of makes that weird weapon thing worthwhile. Love that it still has the classic purple cannon cut through, like no big deal. And look, they couldn't quite clean up the overhanging robot mode Doc Martens, but it does enough for me that we can let that go. I don't know, there's just something about this that has mass and gravitas. Like, it ain't that big, but it feels big. It just kind of has the vibe of something that's a big deal without being like a storage issue. It's just, it's a feeling. It's post-verbal. So, man, I can't tell you how bad this does it for me. It's everything. Like, short term, it's a chance to check out the current War for Cybertron remold without being too much of a clash. And big picture, I've been craving a new G2 Mega Boo since always. So yeah, Earthrise Generations, whatever it is, this one is a sublimely satisfying little Tankylosaurus and a bomb-ass homage to a dearly held core memory of my Transformers experience, which is what I call my life. So until next time, cheeky upbeat wrap-up, and guys, relatable closer. Snappy sign-off, bitches! Was that good? Dunno. Might work better as part of a playlist. This was like track 7 on a 12-song album. Put it that way. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you're loving it, because I'm loving you. And a huge cross-platform Patreon shout-out to Puppy Buds! God, that's fun to say. Alright, bye.
Be sure to subscribe for more Thew's awesome Transformers reviews. Robocentric vocabugasm.